Alright, guys, so UFC 291, the pay per view in Salt Lake City. This is a stacked card. The main event, Poirier versus Gaethje. Co main event, Pereira versus Jan Blachowicz. I think this is a feature fight, but it's the return of Paulo Costa, who's taking on Ikram Aliskerov. And this is a very weird matchup because Ikram made his UFC debut versus Phil Hawes. He knocked him out in, I think it was round one. Could have been in round two, but he had a good performance. He didn't look the best on the feet, but it was a good performance for a debut. Although Phil Hawes, it's kind of a favorable matchup, but still he's 1-0 in the UFC, and for some reason he's fighting the number 5 ranked guy, Paulo Costa, and that's something you don't really see it too often. Like, for example, like you see sometimes guys like Sean O'Malley, been in the UFC for a while, beats quite a bit of unranked people, and then he gets booked up with like the number 1 guy, even though he was unranked. So it was pretty weird, but you got situations like that happening more and more often now. But the thing is, these types of fights happen with guys who are like stars, or they're winning in very, very dominant fashion, like Sean O'Malley or Khamzat Chimaev. But Ikram Aliskerov just made his UFC debut, so it's like, why is he getting this bump up like straight away? And like, Paulo Costa could have just fought Sean Strickland. He could have fought Ricky Duplessis, or he could have just had a fight booked up with Robert Whittaker, which would allow Ricky Duplessis to fight Israel Adesanya. But this is a very, very weird matchup. I think that Paulo Costa should win this fight, but with the way he's been looking recently, you can't really trust that guy. He can finish a washed up Luke Rockhold, but we'll see what happens.